mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
Oh!
No live chat, no problem, because you're here with the MMA-Holes. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. Wonderful, wonderful. It is Monday, 4th of July week. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone's great. I hope everyone is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Luke. Luke is here. We're here. The MMA-Holes are here, and we are live for another pre-show, Ariel Helwani pre-show. That's right. The MMA Hour is going on today. I have in the description the link to their show. I have the set list. We're going to go through all that stuff. We're going to talk about topics. We're going to have a great time. Ariel Helwani. Well, here's a quick story before we get started over here. 16 watching. Welcome. I hope everyone's good. Now, quick story, guys. Quick story. Last Monday, we did our pre-show, and I noticed before the pre-show that Ariel Helwani had the chat open. The live chat was open, and it was going. I was like, wow, this is a glorious day. Ariel Helwani has listened to the people. Chat was going and flowing. After the show, we shut down. The MMA-Holes all jumped in there. We all started spamming the chat and saying, yay, we're open. The MMA-Holes are here. And boom, they shut down the chat. They shut down the live chat. And that's it. Over here, we have our chat not shut down, but ready to go. You guys, you're all ready to go because we are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here is the live chat over here. Now, we will never shut down the live chat. Why would you shut down the live chat when you have Kevin Lee in it? Let's see who we got in this fooker. Wow, we even got John Jones in the live chat today. It's going to be a swole, sexy show. I could tell right from the beginning. Jesus Christ, Mike Lola, Stewie Griffin, Kevin Lee, Filthy George, pre-warm-up, John Jones. Fuck you, Kevin Lee. I will beat your bitch ass up. All right, it's great.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Look at this freaking group of fooks. Robin Uli's here. Everybody's here. Nightbot's always here. And we've got 10 more likes. Boom. Diaper dances on a Monday morning. Make the diaper dance. Yes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you, dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
That's right. Diaper dances for every 10 likes. We've got 14 likes, 22 watching right now on an MMA-Holes Monday morning MMA Hour pre-show living room. There it is. This week, there is just so much shit to talk about. I just can't even control myself. We may have a special guest on Thursday night, and you're going to be excited about this one. I'm not going to announce it yet, but I'm telling you right now, I'm pumped up. Yeah, this is going to be good. Thursday night, tune in. Wednesday, we have our normal show. 2:13 is Friday. I mean, no. Tough 25 finale.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's Friday, and 2:13 is Saturday. We will be doing Fight Buddies for both of those nights. Robin Lee says, ha ha ha, Kevin darker than his shadow. Oh my God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Luke. Over here is the MMA Hour. Well, they have a waiting room over here. There's 40 people waiting. All those people, come on over here because we have 24 people watching because we are live. Check it out. I have the link in the description, so it will be wonderful, wonderful. When we shut down, we will bring you guys over to the MMA Hour, and you could watch that show. There's a guest list on that show. We'll take you there as well. Boom, in our description. There it is. Overeem, Herrig, Shannon Knapp, Daniel Cormier, Miesha Tate, Michael Bisping, Cris Weidman, get a little closer, and Cris Cyborg. I'm going to be on tonight, and I'm going to be talking about the things like be punching girls in face and beating people up for 145-pound belt because I am champion of world. Yes, Cris Cyborg will be ending it up. And that's right, guys. We have fantastic impressions here. Yes, that's right. Chat room unite. Chat room strong. Pre-fight warm-up, John Jones says, I hope so. Let's go, DC. He's pumped up. Man, so hangover, says Raul Raz. Sounds wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Darth Bane says, Artem Lobov will destroy Kevin Lee. Oh, Conor agrees. Autumn Luboff. Okay, good. Pac-Man got screwed, says Sean Callis. We're going to talk a little bit about that, too, because I know this is an MMA show, but I did do a stream for Pac-Man. I did talk about it, so we'll talk about it a little bit today. Why the fuck not? We got 10 more likes. There he is. There he is. The most high-energy show on YouTube, and it has to do with MMA. Diaper Dance.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
There are likes all over the fucking place today. Everyone is just fucking filling this tip jar. Now look at this. We have a call-in number as well. We're going to go through topics. We're going to talk about the guest list on the Ariel Helwani show, and I'm going to open up the phones as well. So get those phones ready to call in. Beep, 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 beep. Call in. You could be on the MMA Holes Live. You could be a celebrity for a day. Yeah. We incorporated the phone lines. Oh, by the way, we incorporated these phone lines last week, okay? Last week, I'm like, I need phone lines. I need to talk to you fucking guys. And what happens? I look on the MMA Hours website, whatever the hell, anyway, they have a phone line. They have a hotline now. Now, all of a sudden, the MMA Hour has a hotline. MMA Hour? Come on. Are you ripping off the MMA Holes? Now you have a hotline too? Jesus Christ. Stop trying to be like us, because we're wonderful, wonderful. We're the best. No, stop.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes. All right. So this is the MMA Holes living room. This is the fight on Friday. This is the Google Zooms. This is the chat room. And everybody is pumped up. If you are pumped up for fight week today, this week, if you're pumped up for fight week, because we have two nights of UFC fights. If you're pumped up, hit me with the ones in the chat right now, because I need to know if you're excited about this swole fight week. Fight week with two fucking fight cards? Jesus Christ. I have a lot to say, especially about UFC 213, because that shit is redonkulously stupid. I have a lot of opinions on that. All right, how do we call from the UK? Says Ian. Ian, I have the phone number there. I think you can call from the UK. I don't see why not. It's a Google Voice number, so you can call. So Ian, I'll have those lines opened up the second half of the show, so stay tuned. Kevin Lee beat the fuck out of Chiesa, says Filthy George. Mike Alola says, who heard Dana White's latest racist rant? I did not hear about that. Sick tats, Chris. Thank you, Triple B's. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mike Lola says, all coked up. That's good. I'm glad. I hope everyone's coked up in the chat. And look at all the fucking ones. No Scottish flag yet, Ian. I keep forgetting. I'll get it there. Don't worry. Uno. Jeremy Stevens. Sean. Who else? Connor B says 420, ho. Sammy's here, says Uno. Real fight week was last week in OKC, says Kevin Lee.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kevin Lee might be my new favorite chatter on the MMA Holes. Fucking Kevin Lee. I got her in that mood. The request lines are now open, says Steven Cedillo, and he drops a 1 over there. Jesus Christ is laughing and having a great FOOKIN time, because we always have a good time here. This is why you subscribe to this fucking circus. We made about like 30 some odd more friends on Saturday night. I literally sat on my couch. I watched the Pacquiao fight, hung out with the Holes, and we made some more friends. This channel is growing so fucking fast. Whether you like it or not, we are growing fast. But we've got topics. Let's talk about some topics. UFC fan offers $15,000 for Justine Kish's shorts.
Wonderful, wonderful.
$15,000 for Justine Kish's shorts. I'm not going to say if they're clean or not. I'm going to give you a hint. They're not. And 15 grand for shorts. That, yeah. Well, maybe we could talk to someone about that on Thursday night. Overeem says after he wins, he will grab the mic and challenge Stipe. Stipe! I'm Stipe. Now, we've said before on MMA Holes shows that Stipe doesn't sound like that. But when you look at Stipe, you think he does sound like that. I'm Stipe! So, Overeem says he's going to challenge Stipe for another time. Even though he lost the first time, it was a fun fight to watch. Overeem rocked him, fucking put him in the headlock, tried to fucking squeeze his head right off, and Stipe wound up winning that fight. It was good stuff. I would like to see that run back. Why the fuck not? So Overeem says, get ready, because after I finish Werdum, I'm going after Stipe. This is great news right here. Robbie Lawler, Cowboy Cerrone was scratched. Supposed to be going on in UFC 213. They got Cowboy had some problems, some injuries. They're like, okay, we're gonna move it to UFC 214. And then no, it's not gonna happen. 215's gone because of August. They just scrapped that card. UFC's in a mess. All fucking shit's going bonkers right now. And just today, they said that Cowboy Cerrone versus Robbie Lawler is happening at UFC 214. Now, here's the thing that's crazy about this. UFC 213 is anemic. This is Friday's card. Let's go to UFC 213. Why the fuck not, right? Why the fuck not? We're here. We might as well talk about it. La-di-da-di-da. It's the motherfucking deal double G. All right. Oh, fuck you. Here we go. UFC 213. Okay. Now look at this card, guys. Oh, shit. They fucking heard me. Wait, hold on a second. So they did move a fight. They've listened to the MMA-Holes. So last week, they only had 4 fights on the main card. Well, that has changed because they added this one right here. All right. They added Forrest Whitaker.
Wonderful.
Forrest Whitaker is saving the card. So there you go. UFC 213 has changed things up. The prelims only had 2 fights. Now they have 4 fights in the early prelims, 4 fights on the prelims, and back to a 5-fight main card. Okay, so they scrambled and put together something over here. There was a problem because there was only 4 fights on the main card. Cowboy Cerrone, Robbie Lawler was supposed to be on there, and this happened. Regardless, all right, so things are turning around for UFC 213. Turning around. I thought there was 4 fights in this card from last week. Looking a little bit better because Forrest Whitaker has saved UFC 213. Curtis Blades. All right, cool. So there you go. But UFC 214. Now look at this card over here. It's a pretty good card now. I mean, it's starting to fill out a little bit better. There's actually fights on it, which is kind of cool. Because when you buy a pay-per-view, you want to see fights, right? Am I not mistaken?
Wonderful.
That's right. But this card is filling up. Now we have 5 fights on the pay-per-view. Okay. All right, getting a little bit better here. Now the card is looking a little bit better. Even into the prelims. Look at Travis Brown headline in the prelims. This fight's going to be lit over here. Pettis versus Miller. Werdum, Overeem. Sure, I'm in. Forrest Whitaker versus Daniel Omiyums. Romero versus fucking Robert Whitaker is going to be fucking great. And in the chat, I see a little bit of
Head movement!
head movement.
Head movement! Head movement!
And the title fight is Nunez versus Shevchenko. Now, if you go to UFC 214, check this shit out over here. UFC 214. Look at it. Just look at it. This freaking card is ridiculously insane. Like it's stupid. It's stupid insane. And they dropped Cowboy versus Lawler. It's official. It's not on this over here. They'll fix that up. But this card is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. But let's not talk too much about this. I keep on going back to this because I'm like fucking ridiculously pumped about it. But I'm not going to keep... anyway, we got other stuff to talk about, UFC 213. But they filled out UFC 213. Why the fuck not? Finally, we have 5 fights on this card. All right. Looking better. Looking a lot better over here. I feel a lot better. I could sleep better right now. Let's look in the chat. Snoop Dogg details the matchmakings. Adam Royal says, nah, Ruthless will finish Cowboy. Pettis backs against the wall. And Raymond Knight, yes. That's why that fight's going to be really interesting. Miller's coming this way, and Pettis is going that way. So it's like they're kind of meeting. It's a fascinating fight. This weekend also, I know this is the MMA-Holes, but not the boxing holes, but Pacquiao did fight, and he did fight Horn. How many of the people in the chat watched the Pacquiao fight? Let me know with the ones if you did see the Pacquiao fight. I thought it was a good fight. Like, I'm not the biggest of boxing fans. I appreciate boxing. You know, I'll watch the big fights and stuff like that. I figured I'd do a Fight Buddies. We made some new friends. But in my opinion, I thought Pacquiao was robbed. I mean, I thought he clearly won the fight. And if you look at the volume that Pacquiao threw compared to Horn, I mean, it was just not even close. The ref goes into Horn's corner, 9th round, and was like, yo, if you don't come out of this, you know, if you don't come out swinging, we're going to have to stop the fight. I thought Pacquiao fucking won that one very convincingly. Now, they made a fool out of Horn afterwards, and they didn't. That's not right. The kid, it's not his fault the way the fight went down. He fought his heart out. But the announcers are dickbags pretty much in boxing. All boxing announcers seem to be real big pricks. They really do. They're all so full of themselves, and they all think their shit don't stink, and their opinion is the opinion. Do you guys see that? I mean, the boxers and announcing the announcing in boxing is just bullshit. It's complete bullshit. I think it's complete horseshit, and that's one of the reasons why I have a tough time watching boxing. Craig Lee says, "Yeah, I saw it." Sean, yeah. Sammy saw it. Lewis saw it as well. Pat got robbed, says Sean. Fuck boxing this day, says Humilian. Cowboy gonna lose to a liver shot, says Steven. Connor B says, Pac won if you follow the shitty CompuBox stats. Now, yeah, those are... It's just like with the UFC, too, when they show the unofficial stats. Like, I mean, those are just fucking... They just throw them on there. But listen, I mean, it is what it is. In boxing rules, Pacquiao did what he had to do to win, in my opinion. I hope Dyke Chimp Nunez gets lit up, says Darth Bane. Jesus.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Luke Thomas, pound for pound cuck analysis, says Filthy George. Darth Bane says Michael Buffer sucks cock. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Connor agrees with you. The bullet will beat that fat. The bullet will beat the fat off of Nunez this time. So that's what Adam Royal says. Fuck Teddy Atlas. There you go, Jay Smooth. What's up, Jay? Jesus says the match was lit. Yeah, Chris. It's like when Nate supposedly threw more hands than Conor, but lost. Pac-Man lost easily, Chris. What? Pac-Man lost? Wait, hold on. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying there. Pac needs to retire his flabby ass, says Kevin Lee. And Kevin Lee would know, right? He's a pro. All right, so those are the opinions over there. Sammy says, I thought Pac-Man won, but the announcers are super biased. Whole fight basically saying Horn would lose. Yeah, I mean, they were saying that they threw... Horn to the wolves. You know, he was in his hometown. Cincinnati only had, 17 fights or something like that. And goddamn, I thought Pacquiao looked great. I mean, listen, the first round he lost. I don't think Pacquiao won every round, but who gives a fuck, right? It's boxing and it sucks. But I did watch it and I was entertained. So that's that. All right, let's go over to the living room. In the living room, let's get a little closer. Some people need glasses. Let's get a little closer. Here is the guest list. Alistair Overeem, Felice Herrig, Shannon Knapp, Daniel Cormier, Miesha Tate, Michael Bisping, Cris Weidman, and Cris Cyborg. Those are the guests on, and I just skip Rick's picks because it's just ridiculous. But those are the guests for today's show, the MMA Hour show. Ariel Helwani. Link is in the description. After this winds down, you could jump in the description and hop your ass right over to the MMA Hour, where Ariel Helwani does conduct a good show over there. Now, I've said it before. I don't bash Ariel Helwani. I actually like Ariel Helwani. I think he's good at what he does. He's very good, actually. They put together a nice show over there. They always get some good guests, and he does good interviews. The fact that he dropped the live chat is just bullshit. It's complete bullshit because this is where we hang. This is where we hang right over here. You can't drop the live chat. It's part of YouTube. If you're going to stream on YouTube, you need this. It's something that's needed. But they added something called the phone lines. So right now I am opening up the phone lines. The phone lines are open, 516-522-0267. Now, it is a Google Voice number, so I guess you could call from wherever the fuck you are. Give it a shot. And we'll take some calls today on the MMA-Holes. This is the first... We beat Ariel to it. Ariel put phone lines in. We did it last week, and this is the first MMA Hour pre-show where we will have phone lines too. So if you have any questions or thoughts about any of the topics... interrupt, jump right in. We also have downstairs in the description the donations, where if you're a little shy, you could drop a quick buck and a donation will pop up with some music and you could say whatever the fook you want and interrupt my swole show. So Alistair Overeem is fighting for Fabricio Werdum. He's the first guest on Ariel Helwani. He's been on Ariel Helwani multiple times, and I have to say this. I enjoy watching Overeem fight. I just think he's a dick. I find him to be a little bit of an annoyance to me. Even in the interviews, he's kind of full of himself. He doesn't answer all the questions. Play along. Play along a little bit. Sell your fight. Now he's saying after the fight he's going to call out Stipe Miocic. Whoop-de-doo. He's the champ. It's not a big deal. You know, I know you want a rematch against him, so whoop-de-fucking-do. But Alistair Overeem is fighting Werdum, UFC 213, on Saturday. Let me know in the chat right now. Who is winning that fight? Alistair Overeem or Fabricio Werdum? I can't do his face. How does he do his face? It's like this. That's my Werdum face. And if you have a Werdum face, tweet me at the MMA Holes, and I'll put it on there. At the MMA Holes, tweet me your Werdum face. That's my Werdum face. And let me know. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Filthy George, perfect for now. Triple G says, my ninja J Smooth was good. Alistair is a fucking juice head, says Robin Uli.
Wonderful.
He is. Filthy George says, thank you, Jay. You are one hell of a competitor. Funny as hell. Triple B says, beat that ninjas. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Bet on Conor now, cause the odd will change. Well, yeah, it's going to bounce back and forth. We'll talk about a little more Maymac on Wednesday's show, and we'll talk about tonight, too. Today, in the pre-show. I don't give a fuck. If you want to talk about it, you can talk about it. About to get lit and get this holiday started for real, says Jay Smooth. That sounds wonderful.
Wonderful.
Ian says Overeem is boring to listen to, and I agree, Ian. I agree. I find him completely boring, and he's the opening guest. He doesn't say shit. He doesn't have a little bit of fun, and anyway. Don't like Overeem too many roids, says Sean. The Ream. Triple B's Overeem is dumb. Ian says Overeem. Kevin Lee says, you'll do nothing, Stevens. You're a 145er. Now Kevin Lee's talking shit to Stevens. We have them both in the chat right now. And Stevens says, we have them all here. Jeremy Stevens says, where'd he go? After I destroy Gilbert Melendez, I'm going after Kevin Lee. So there you go. There's trash talk right now in the stream. There's trash talk in the live chat. It is crazy. It's going crazy right now. Ream looked great against Hunt, says Connor B. Werdum with his fucking ninja kick. Now, Ream did look good against Hunt. He fucking made Hunt go face first into the mat. So good for Overeem. Hunt has proved that he's still there in some fucking way. He's 40 some odd years old, 43 years old, and Hunt still finds a way. But Overeem just made him literally face plant into the mat. Overeem still has the power. He seems like he conserves it a hell of a lot better. So Overeem has reinvented himself. They did a very good job. I'm pretty sure he's still with Jackson Wink. They did a very good job with post USADA Overeem. So he's one of the few fighters that actually came back around after USADA, reinvented himself. So no disrespect to Overeem's fighting skills, but I just don't like him as an interview, to be honest. Sun's out, guns out. Rise and shine, fuckos, is Ape Riot. All right.
Wonderful.
Smooth Heyman, says Matt Salisbury. Damn, says Raymond Knight. Stevens at featherweight and Dos Anjos at welterweight. Who knew? Says Filthy George. Sup, Salisbury. Who the fuck are those guys?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Well, yeah, that's right. Who the fuck is that guy? Is in the chat right now. Jeremy, the future champ Stevens, is here along with Kevin Lee. This is exciting. It's really exciting. I'm starstruck right now that the chat room is filled with so many swole fighters. See, the MMA Hour wouldn't let the fighters fight inside the chat, but the MMA-Holes will. Now, remember, guys, the phone lines are open, 516-522-0267, if you have any thoughts on this swole MMA Monday fight week. All right. Check it out. The next guest is Felice Herrig. Interesting one here, Felice Herrig, because Ariel opts to go after the victor in Poopgate, and I think what people are forgetting is how good that fight was. Herrig, Justine, I mean, that was a good fight. It was a good fight. When you watch it back and you take away what happened, the splatter in the cage, you take away that, I mean, it was a fun fight to watch. So Herrig is going to be an interesting guest. I think she's not going to be that good of a guest because I've seen her interview before, and anytime they try to talk about what happened, she's trying to be as respectful as she can. You can be respectful. Listen, I think the situation, you have to poke a little fun at the situation of what happened in that fight. So, Herrig could have a little fun with it. There's no disrespect there. Listen, it happens. We're human beings, for God's sakes. So I have a bad feeling about this Herrig interview. I have a bad feeling about it. Now, the question is, what's next for Felice Herrig if you want to talk MMA? But I have a bad feeling. I think this interview is going to be another dud. Alistair Overeem, Felice Herrig, I think we're going to be 0 for 2 with the interviews starting off the show. We'll see. What do you think about that with the Herrig thing? I want to know, what do you think is next for Felice Herrig? Let me know in the chat right now. I need to know. I have to know. All right, Filthy George, I'm too much of a pussy. All right. I don't know how to call a U.S. number. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you're going to get charged for that shit. Get a Google Voice number and call me up. I'll change your life in Detroit, Lee. Says, oh, no, they're going. Shots fired. Oh, my God. I hope there's head movement.
Head movement! Head movement!
All right. Either Whitaker will save us from y'all, or Would carry him for the next years on our MMA backs is Jesus Christ. What's up, boss? Is Tommy Anthony. What's up, my friend? I hope you are wonderful.
Wonderful.
It may charge me extra as well, not sure, says Ian. Yeah, Ian, the best way to do it is this. The best way is, I tell you what, Google Voice is the way to go, man. Google Voice, you can get a free number. If you're looking into calling into these shows and stuff like that, I don't know how it works. I'm assuming they have Google Voice in other countries. I mean, Google runs the world, right? So try a Google Voice number or one of the numbers that you could get and call this number right over here, 516-522-0267, and you can be live on the MMA-Holes, and you can be wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jesse's here. What's up, Jesse Kid? George, tisk is Jesse. Jesse Bell Hill is calling out George. Well, there's some drama between the MMA-Holes, and let's see if it continues during the chat. Felice with Thrive there. I got tons of juicy pussy the weekend. Okay, so this weekend. So Matt Salisbury got a lot of juicy pussy. That is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay, tried to call Cris, but it said Google subscriber unavailable. What? Let me fix my phone. Let's see. All right, I'm going to reset the phone lines. Let's see if this works. Cha. That's interesting. All right, let's see. Go here, settings. We're doing it live. All right. Try again, Sammy. See if that works this time around. I might have had to refresh the jammy. Okay, we'll try it again. Well, that's what happens when you do a live show. Sometimes things doesn't go smoothly, but who gives a fuck? Because we got live chat over here, and it is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jeremy Stevens says, I'll roll and take your bonus, checks, shine, and confidence, and whatever's left of your career after I destroy you in Detroit. Holy shit. So Jeremy Stevens is really shooting fucking... Man, he's shooting missiles in the way of Kevin Lee inside the live chat. This is insane. Shit's going out of control now in the live chat. Let's see what Kevin Lee has to say. Filthy George is flipping the bird. Robin Uli says, Kevin Lee, get him. Jesse Bell Hill says, George eats possums after shitting in his mother's bed and fucking his father.
Wonderful.
Okay, yes. Uh-oh. Here we go, kids. Let's try this out on this dysfunctional MMA-Hole show. Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live. You are live with Mystic Moss. State your case, my friend. I fucking lost him. And they hung up. All right, it's all right. Call back, you fuck. Well, the phone lines do work. So that is that. Let's see if we can get the phone lines going again. But yeah, I don't know what just fucking happened there. We lost them. It's all good. All good in the FOOKIN hood. This is the MMA Hour pre-show where we have phone lines and shit falls apart. And why the fuck not? Let's see who the next guest is on the MMA Hour. Now, like I said before, I feel that, I don't know, I think the first two guests are going to be a dud on this one. Not sure about Herrig and Overeem. It's interesting to see how Ariel addresses the whole situation in the last fight, but I think they're going to dance around that. I don't think they're really going to talk much about that. I mean, listen, there's just so much you could talk about shitting in a cage, but I'm interested to see. I think we're all pretty much interested to see how Ariel is going to address that situation. You know Ariel's going to bring it up because that's what Ariel does. But I'm interested to see. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. And welcome to the MMA-Holes. You're live. State your name and where you're from.
Yeah, Nathan here. How you doing?
Oh, here we go. I like the accent. Good day, mate. How you doing? Nathan?
Yeah, it's right, Nathan. Yeah, nice to see you, mate.
Nice.
Yeah, I've watched the show a few times there. Nice to get through. Didn't know you had another till I saw it on the screen.
Well, this is awesome. Now, Nathan, where are you from?
I'm originally from Australia. Yeah, I live here in Michigan now.
Oh, wow. I have family in Michigan. What part of Michigan you live at?
Lansing.
Nice. Very nice. All right. So we have Nathan live on the MMA-Holes. He's the first caller on the MMA Hour pre-show. Now, Nathan, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, I watch Ariel now and again, and heard y'all, give him hell, but that's good. He needs it. But yeah, nice going on. But yeah, he's sort of blonde with no chat there. But what's on my mind basically is this weekend. I know that the Nunez Valentino fight's not been. A lot of people aren't really up for that, and but I am. I really think those two girls are going to beat the hell out of each other because if you saw the last fight. It was damn close, and, hard one to call. And I think now they're both pissed enough to really beat the hell out of each other.
Okay, yeah, well, I think it's going to be a better fight than the first time around. I was at the first one, at UFC 196, I think it was. I don't fucking remember. It was Conor Nate won. But yeah, we were literally, I was drunk off my ass and I was booing him out of the stadium. So I have a bad taste in my mouth from the last time around. Do you feel that it should be the main event over Whittaker versus Romero?
Well, no, of course not. And I don't think Whittaker and Romero's the main event, personally. I mean, come on, think about Whittaker. How old is that motherfucker anyway?
He is young. He is a youngster. And goddamn, I mean, I don't think anyone's really...
Whittaker's not a youngster, is he?
Well... Considering, let's go to his age. Let's check out the stats, because that's what we do over here.
Shit on him. Yeah, I don't think he's that damn young. Now, he might be. I could be wrong, mate.
He was on the Ultimate Fighter, what was it? Nations or some shit like that. Hold on, let's go over here. Let's go to Whittaker. Here we go. I'm going to the stats right now. And let's see, New Zealand. And he is, drum roll. Yeah, he's 26 years old. So, I mean, compared to...
Yeah, well, all this stuff, he was in his 30.
Yeah.
Nearly 32, so, okay, yeah. But still, to me, Romero's now, he's a badass, but still main event material, I'm not sure. But the whole card's nice. I mean, I think it's going to be a great bunch of fights, man.
Well, it's turning around nice now. I like that it has 5 fights on the main card. I think when you do a pay-per-view, it can't be 4 fights, which they had last week. It has 5 fights. And thank you for your call. I appreciate it. Call back soon, my friend. All right, so Nathan called in, and that was nice. But, yeah, I'm telling you right now, that UFC 213 is coming back around. It's turning back around. And if you look at this card right over here, Whittaker versus Romero is the co-main event. And you got Nunez versus Shevchenko. You got Forrest Whittaker Curtis Blades versus Daniel Omielanchik. And Werdum, Overeem, Pettis, Miller. It's turning around. Now, I was throwing my arms up in the air about Nunez and Shevchenko. I was getting upset about this shit. I'm starting to come around with it. It could be a good fight. Like I said, I have a bad taste in my mouth from the last time around. What do you think about UFC 213? Are you going to be buying the pay-per-view? Let me know. We have another call here on the MMA-Holes Live. Let's see what we got. Welcome to the... Oops. The fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Unbelievable. I got phone calls all over the place. And it's not turning off. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right. That was getting out of control. The phone lines have gone rogue. The phone line's going rogue.
Wonderful.
Holy shit. Thank you, Nathan, for the call, by the way. And definitely call back. Hold on. Let's see what we got over here. I got to open up the phone lines back up again. This is the number to the MMA-Holes Live, the phone lines, where we are trying this out. Last week was the first week, and it went well. It looks like we could get this to go well if I don't have any fucking problems here. Let's see. Okay, so we're back on. All right, the phone lines are going again. Let's try this again. Here is the number, guys. Call this number right over here, 516-522-0267, and you could be live on the MMA Holes, and you could be wonderful, wonderful. Here we go. All right. I see we have a caller, and I see his name is... What the fuck is going on? Hello, welcome to the MMA Holes. Oh, my God, help me. Welcome to the MMA Holes Live. What is your name, and where are you from? All right, what the fuck is going on? I see Sammy's trying to call. Sammy in the chat is trying to call us right now. And let me know if you're calling this number, if you're calling my Google Hangout. Sammy, don't call my... All right, let's see. Okay. Sammy, are you there?
Yeah. Do you have caller ID on there? Is that why you're hanging up on me, brother?
Were you calling the number, or were you calling my Google Hangouts?
I was calling the phone number from my phone, the 516 number.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. We have Sammy live on the MMA Holes, and yeah, it's just fucking falling apart over here. But hey, we're going to get the phone lines fucking working because we are so swole and sexy. Sammy, how's it going today?
Man, it's great, man. It's a good day to be alive, man. Good day to be an MMA fan, as Chad Check says.
It sure is a good day to be an MMA fan. I think every day is a good day to be an MMA fan, right? I mean... We follow and love the greatest sport in the world, Sammy.
Absolutely. I do want to kind of take a different stance from the last caller. I'm actually getting ready to go to Vegas. I'm going to leave Wednesday. And, man, I'm kind of disappointed in these two cards because I went to International Fight Week last year, and this is like their I don't know. They're Christmas. You know, the UFC puts on, you know, 2 big stacked shows. You know, they have the Fan Fest and all that stuff going on during Vegas International Fight Week. And I think these 2 cards, I'm a little upset because I think these 2 cards do not live up to their billing, especially the Cowboy fight. That was the one that I really wanted to see, and it got switched. I was telling everybody, that's the people's main event right there. And when it got switched, I was a little pissed.
I have to say, I agree with you on that. Now, I mean, unfortunately, because of the injury, I guess there's nothing they could really do. But it does suck that they stacked up UFC 214. I mean, it's so lopsided. UFC 214 is just, it's literally, I think it's the best card of the year. I mean, that card is ridiculously good. If everyone stays healthy, I mean, it's piecing together to be a crazy card. Now, I think the biggest problem with UFC 213 is this. The card is not bad. It's not a bad card. It's not a UFC 208 or anything like that. I just do feel that Nunes versus Shevchenko as a main event is just, it doesn't have the juice we need for that card. And I understand they respect the belts. They want to have that title fight to be the top fight. You know, they want to give them their doing. But I do think that people are going to leave the building before that fight. I've seen it before in events before. Not everyone is sold on this rematch. You know, I mean, I've seen it before. Shevchenko, it was a close fight. But as a main event, I mean, are you like really looking for that fight, or are you looking for everything else? You said Cowboy versus Lawler was the people's fight. I mean, what's next, you know?
Yeah, I was at 200 last year, and you're right. She was the main event last year, and there were people leaving when her and Miesha Tate were fighting, and I was kind of shocked because, you know me, I'm gonna go from the opening match to the very last match. So when I saw some people were leaving, I was like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Even though she's the main event, and I understand she might not be the most popular fighter, but my kind of biggest gripe, I like 213. It's not a bad card. But the Ultimate Fighter finale, see, I'm going to both events. And if you look at the card on the Ultimate Fighter finale, I mean, there's some okay fights. I mean, the top fight, you know, the main event, Justin Gaethje versus Johnson, is a really good fight. But the rest, you know, not so much. You know, 213 is pretty good card. I feel like they manufactured the Romero Whitaker, you know, just to put it on there to make it seem more stacked. You know, it's on the intern belt and everything. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in these cards, but you know, hey, like I said, I'm an MMA fan. I love it all. I'll be there from the early fight past prelims to the main event, man. I'm not gonna miss anything.
There you go, Sammy. Now, Sammy, throw a plug out to that YouTube channel. We'll be doing a show on Wednesday. Maybe we can get you in on Wednesday night, but give a shout out to your channel over there.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is Salam X 1976. That's SALAMX 1976. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to do some vlogs from Vegas the best I can. I'm probably gonna miss the tough finale. I don't know who wins, but I guess that's another fight they're gonna add on to the finale. You know, because I know that Lima's already in, so it's either Krause or what's his name, Jesse Taylor. So that's another one. And that's another thing. I'm a little upset because I really wanted to see Cody versus TJ, and that fight fell through. So it seems like the whole fight week is kind of taking a few different turns, twists and turns. But yeah, man, everybody check out my YouTube channel if you don't mind, and watch for upcoming videos.
All right, Sammy, thank you for the call. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Chris. See you.
All right, so Sammy jumping in on the MMA-Holes Live, and Sammy has a little different perspective of it. He does go to a lot of the events, so go check out his channel. UFC 213 does seem manufactured. When I went to UFC 208, after the Silva versus Brunson fight, Holly Holm fighting Jermaine Durandamine. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking say her name. GDR, we'll just say that. 145 belt. They introduced the division. This and that. People were pouring out of the building before Holly even got out there. Now, I am not dogging women fights. I actually prefer the ladies' fights. I like watching the girls' fights. It just has to be the right fights. You know, just like any fight, you need the right fight up top there. So I'm not upset that you got girls headlining an event. I'm all for that, okay? I'm not trying to dog that. I'm not totally sold on Nunes yet. Not trying to take anything away from her. She did a great job against Rousey. She pummeled the shit out of Rousey. But Shevchenko Nunez 2 as a main event is just, I'm telling you right now, you're going to see people leaving before the fight even starts. You're going to see it. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. And to see how UFC 214, I hate how the UFC focuses on one card and then they just back off on other cards. I just wish they would spread it out a little bit better. The reason why there's no August card is because you drop 2 in July and then you have Maymac in August and now you scrap the August card. It's a little circusy. I wish they would just spread it out. Concentrate each month on your cards and stop trying to cram everything in one spot. It just doesn't work out too well. Opening up the phone lines again. And here we go. We have another call. Welcome. You are live on the MMA-Holes Live. What's your name and where you from? Oh, there you go. There we go.
Wonderful.
All right. That was pretty good. I'm glad that we got that call in. We did need that call on the MMA. That was probably George Sampras, if I had to guess, but all right. What the fuck is next? What's going on? We've completely lost our minds. All right. Who's next over here? See, now I'm looking at the MMA hours. Let's just go to mine because look how much cleaner this is. Look at my description and look at the MMA hours description. Mine is so much cleaner. So we're just going to go on mine. So the next guest is Shannon Knapp, Invicta FC president. Okay. The Invicta FC president is the next guest.
Wonderful.
All right. Hey, maybe she has some light to shed. I mean, the interesting part is all of her top fighters are going over to the UFC. So I guess we could see what she thinks about that. Invicta's been breeding some really good talent over there. So they're definitely filtering in some swole ladies to jump over to the UFC roster. So I guess they could talk about that as a riveting interview. I don't know. We'll find out very soon. Boom. Daniel Cormier comes on, and Daniel Cormier is going to be a good interview right there because DC comes in. You know he's going to be talking shit. You know he's going to be doing what he does best. And DC is a good showman. So I am definitely looking forward to... I'm still shook from that. I'm still rattled from that last call.
Wonderful.
That's so great. I got to soundbite that. So, yeah, DC is the next guest. Now, my question to you guys is this in the chat. Let me know right now. Who do you got? DC or John Jones? We have another caller. Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live. You are live with Cris. Where are you from and what's your name? It's so stupid. Well, on that note, we got 10 more likes. Oh my God. The fuck?
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
We got 33 in the tip jar. It is swole. It is wonderful. Wonderful. We see. Go DC, says Sean. Shut the fuck up, bitches. Kevin Lee, Raymond Knight. Is Kevin Lee still going back yet? Kevin Lee and Jeremy Stevens are going back and forth. I'm going to have to go back and watch the chat and see what I missed. This is fucking funny. DC, kick Jones' ass, says Sean. John Jones says Robin Uli. What else we got here? I want Nunez nudes, says Raul Reyes.
Wonderful.
Raul Raz. JJ says DVW. Sean Ciels is laughing. Jesse's going back and forth with George. Triple B's is having a good time in here. I like watching you and chat's trolling, says Matt Salisbury. Well, hey, that's the way to go. That's the only way to go on a Monday. The cold got murdered live on the air. All right. Here we go. You are live with the MMA-Holes. State your name and where you're from.
It's me, mother grabber.
Hey, Craig Lee is live on the MMA-Holes. Craig, have you been listening to the guy screaming, getting murdered live on the MMA-Holes?
Yeah. I don't know who that'd be, but I see now it's gone from Naughty George to Fresh George to Filthy George now in the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Craig Lee live in the MMA Holes, the MVP of the MMA Holes. He's live on a Monday afternoon over here, Monday morning to some, and Monday night to some others. Craig, what are your thoughts on this lovely swole fight week?
I'm like this, man, there's nothing else going on. I don't care how shitty the card is. I'm going to watch it.
Absolutely, right? I mean, as much as we complain and say, hey, this sucks, that sucks, we break things down, we talk about it, we complain, we're like, we're going to watch the fight. We're going to have the fight buddies for 2 nights in a row. We're going to do our weekly shows. Nothing stops because even if it sucks, hey, listen, UFC 208 was probably one of the shittiest cards ever, and I had a great time there. I had a great time at it, so it is what it is. Craig, what do you think this week? Any predictions? Anything you're looking forward to? Let the MMA Holes know.
Yeah, hard one there. I'm looking forward to seeing, I want to see Valentino and Amanda Nunes. I want to see that, definitely. I know that's been a contention there, but I do want to see that. Romero, I want to see that one. But, overall, I think, like I said before, the thing that's got me pissed about the tough situation is we do not get to see that Cody Garbrandt fight with, TJ. And that was sort of something that I was looking forward to, as that other gentleman said a while ago.
Yeah, that is a buzzkill. That fight being scrapped. And, I mean, they say it's still going to happen, but just not anytime soon. That sucks. That freaking sucks, man. What do you think about UFC 213 finally putting 5 fights on that card? It looks like they're filling it up a little bit and trying to put something together.
Well, they needed to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, they got to quit bullshitting around. Of course, then 214 is going to be awesome. Then we're dead in the water for a while.
Yeah. All right, Craig, any last thoughts to the MMA Holes?
Hey, love to everybody in chat. Good to talk to you, Chris. Y'all have a good day, bud.
All right, Craig, you too. Be good, my friend. There we go. Craig Lee live in the MMA Holes. Everyone loves the Craig Lee on a MMA Holes Swole Sexy show. Craig Lee is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
And that's right. You guys, if you are new to this, we are the MMA Holes. I am working on a guest on Thursday, and I'm really excited. It looks like it's happening. So it looks like it's definitely happening. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel so your name could pop up over here, and we could dance and sing together, and you can make me dance, and it is wonderful, wonderful. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. This week, we are definitely getting it because our fight buddies are swole and sexy. We will be going past 2,000 subscribers. By the time Monday rolls around, by the time the MMA Hour pre-show next week rolls around, these numbers are going to be way altered. So jump in right now while we're hot because this shit is about to fucking go cray. Next one on the set list, the MMA Hour, is Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate is the next one over there. We haven't heard from Miesha in a while, so it's going to be interesting to see what she has going on. But she's another dead fish, Miesha Tate. She's kind of a boring interview. There's a lot of boring interviews over here. So Miesha Tate is the next one. What do you want to hear from Miesha Tate? Let me know in the chat. But I mean, she's easy on the eyes, but she's kind of, her interviews are kind of, Miesha Tate. There's a lot of these today. There's a couple more we're going to talk about on there, and I want to get your thoughts on that as well. We are having a swole show today. The phone lines are off the hook. The chat room's off the hook as usual, and it is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Nunez is Brazilian tranny, says Jay Smooth. Darth Bane says Cody was drunk wrestling with an injured back. Nate Hicks says Colin Coward came out of the closet and showed a picture of him and Amanda Nunez, says Nate Hicks. We have another call here. The phone lines are off the hook. Welcome to the MMA Holes Live. You are live. State your name and where are you from? I have to say, that is a very high-pitched squeal right over there. A very, very high-pitched squeal. Sounds like the balls didn't drop yet. But, all right. The fuck? All right. Thick. Mish. Thick says Raul Raz. LOL says Filthy George. I want to hear that she is going to gobble cocks full-time on a porn shoot, says Jay Smooth.
Wonderful.
Ariel Helwani looks like a hairy pencil.
Wonderful.
A hairy pencil. That's the first time I heard that. Do you think, if everyone thinks so, let me know in the chat. Tate pussy smells like roses. I would lick Tate's ass, is Sean. Jesse Bell says, George is going back and forth. I didn't know I was saying someone Thanks for letting me know. Could you tell him to show up in my life every once in a while too? Says Jesse Bell Hill. Jesse Bell is having having some weird flirting. Her and George going back and forth. Jeremy Stevens, ha ha ha. Darth Bain says, I would drag my balls a mile through glass to smell farts from Miesha. Brian Roger says, wow, screen calls. Would you? This is Brian Roger. So here's the deal, guys. I'm a one-man show, if you haven't noticed here. We pretty much know who's doing those calls, by the way. We pretty much have an idea of who is probably doing that. And take a guess. Take a guess. How immature is that retard calling, says Conor B? Well, hey, listen. It was funny the first time. It was funny the second time. Third time, it's just like, all right, it's getting a little weird. You might need a call screen assist. Yeah, I probably should. All right, here we go. What do you guys think? Do we have the screamer or do we have a real call? Welcome, you are live on the MMA-Holes. State your case. Well, it was inevitable. When you run a show called the MMA-Holes, it is inevitable that you're going to have some idiot doing that. Maybe we're going to have a... Who would have thought that immediately when we open the calls to the MMA-Holes that we're going to have a call screener right off the bat? Who would have thought? But when you have a person named George Sampras, well, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it sucks because if you would at least say something funny, you know, like just say something. You could say something cringy but funny. It would have been good. But screaming's not even funny anymore. It's just kind of stupid. George, you're a dick. All right, it's the attention-seeking queer. You know what sucks though? In the chat, he's funny. Like he'll say some funny things in the chat. But I have to say, you're a terrible caller. You got to come up with a better bit, a little bit of a better bit, George. I've given you credit before, but that bit's kind of weak. It's funny, but it's weird, says Ian. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. It was funny. Like the first time it was cool. It was funny. The second time it was funny. Now it's just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. All right. So anyway, Michael Bisping is the next one. Michael Bisping is the next one on the list. Now we bounce back. You know, Michael Bisping is going to have something fucking ridiculous to say, I'm sure. Michael Bisping is always a good interview. The question is, what do you want from a Michael Bisping interview? What can he actually say? Because now it's getting old and long in the tooth. Now Michael Bisping is, I don't know. I don't know what I want from Michael Bisping right now. I really don't know what I want from him. You kind of want him to defend the belt. You don't want to hear him to talk about GSP anymore. And it's kind of like you don't want to even hear him talk anymore until you know when he's going to fight again. It's kind of like when the guys just keep on getting injured and not fighting and blah, 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 blah. George says he's not calling. Well, let's see. I don't know. All right, let's try it again. You are live on the MMA-Holes. State your case and your name. Now he's laughing. That was Michael Bisping calling in. That was Michael Bisping calling in live. And what the fuck? Stop assuming it's me. George is getting upset about it. George, is it you? Is it not you? We have to find out. We have to get to the bottom of this. Let him trash Romero and talk some shit, says Thomas Anthony. Yeah, I mean, listen, we kind of want him to talk some fucking shit, but it's tough to talk shit when you are not, you're not fighting. You know, it kind of sucks to see Michael Bisping on there. I'm kind of hoping that he could drop some news on us. When is he going to fight? When is the next experience for Michael Bisping? We need to get something solid before you could talk some shit anymore, because it just doesn't work anymore if you're not fighting. Let's see what else the chat room's got. The Count is the man, but Whitaker will smash him, says Sean. I agree. I concur. Right, Connor?
Yes, sir.
Jesse Bell says, at Brian, I'm getting pushed out by George. Possible. Jesus. I don't even know anymore. Gal says, Stevens versus Melendez is a fucking good fight. Well, you know what? What happened to Gilbert Melendez? I would like to see that. Yeah, I'm in for that one. I'm in.
Wonderful.
Ann
wonderful.
H, what's going on? Catch y'all next time. I'm out. Good night. MMA-Holes. Peace out, Annie.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Filthy George says, LOL. It's not me, for fuck's sake. What an anti-poon. Jesse Bell Hill says, love yous. Craig Lee with the love. The Corolla loves the cock, apparently. Yeah, apparently. It's not his fault the UFC are offering him silly title fights. So here's the thing. I am a GSP fan. All right. I mean, I'm not a GSP fan. I'm a Bisping fan. But you got to fight. You got to fucking fight. And Bisping has said that he wants the big money fights because it's at the end of the year. Chris, I can't get through. Try it now. Says, who we got over here? Carl Jones. Anyway, Bisping. What was I saying about Bisping? I got completely confused. I got so derailed. I got so fucking derailed. What was I saying about Bisping? I'm saying something. Oh, so Bisping he's calling out these super fights. Bisping wants these super fights. He's calling out these super fights. And I think it's a lot him at the same time. Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live. What's your name and where are you from? All right. All right, the phone lines are definitely on fire today. They're definitely on fire. Who's the next guest? Who's the fucking next guest? Well, I'm gonna have to disable the phone lines for the next interview, unfortunately, unless we get this thing working. All right. You are live on the MMA-Holes. State your name and where are you from?
Hey, it's Carl, man. Carl Jones. I'm in Dallas. What's up, bro?
What's up, Carl Jones? Welcome to the MMA-Holes. No screaming this time. There's someone apparently having.
That wasn't me. That's whoever that is being crazy.
Carl, what's
Anyways, no, I wanted to run something by you guys real quick, and then I'll let you go. You guys were talking about the fights this weekend and stuff like that. Justin Gaethje, and we've talked about him before, but I want you guys in chat, I want all of you guys to go check out literally all of his fights, and you just watch, say, 3 or 4 of this fight. And I will promise you'll say, I really want to see that guy fight this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Definitely check out Justin Gaethje. And here's the thing about this. I am, in a weird way, I'm a little more excited about UFC, the Tough finale. I'm a little more excited about that, to be honest, because he makes a good point. Justin Gaethje, is he the best defensive fighter? No. He takes a million shots to the face. The guy's been in war after war after war. You know Michael Johnson's going to bring it as well. So you know that this thing is going to go down. You know it's going to be good. I absolutely agree with this fight. I put a poll on Twitter, Gaethje versus Michael Johnson, and people are in the majority for, let's check it out right now. People in the majority for Justin Gaethje. But it's closing up. Let's see what we got. How many votes we got in this fucker. Now, the MMA Hour did start, so if you want to hop on over there, I have the link in the description. I'm going to go a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to wind this fucker down. But let's see where it is. Where's my poll? I post so much shit on Twitter. Follow me at the MMA-Holes, where you can see the latest and greatest of all my stupidity. And it is wonderful, wonderful. Let's see what we got over here. Where's my poll? Where's my poll at? Yeah, Gaethje was in the lead of the poll, so let's see where we're at now. Justine Kish, it's crazy stuff over there, man. Or offering $1,500 or $15,000. $15,000 for her fucking shorts. Some crazy fan. Absolutely insane. Where is this poll? Where the fuck is the poll? I should have pinned it. Oh, well. That's what happens on a live show. You know, shit happens. Shit happens. Here we go. All right, so we have 20 votes on this. It's a 65% is in favor of Justin Gaethje. Let me know in the chat who you got. But it looks like it's 65%. People say they're sleeping on Michael Johnson, and I would say the same thing. This is a tough one, man. You're going to get my picks on Friday. We're going to find out about that. But later, Craig Lee, we'll see you later. We'll see you on Wednesday night. We'll be back live. Who do you guys have, Gaethje or Michael Johnson? Let me know in the chat. We're only going to go a couple more minutes, talk about the MMA Hour, and then I'm going to jump on over as well. Jesse Bell, it's good to have you in the chat live. You are wonderful, wonderful as well. On a swole Monday afternoon. Justin Gaethje versus Michael Johnson. Who the fuck do you guys have in the chat? Chris, did you watch Pro Fight League this last weekend with John Fitch versus Brian Foster? No, I did not watch it. If it is worth a watch, let me know, and I'll definitely go back. If I miss anything, I'd love to go back and check shit out if it's good. MJ is no bum, but he's going to get blitzed, says Jay Smooth. I think Johnson, because Justin hasn't faced a high talent like a UFC fighter, says John Tamburino. octagon jitters. Michael Johnson's like, all right, give him to me. I'm going to fucking fuck this guy up. It's an interesting, real interesting fight. LOL Jesus is giving Jesse an L. George, I knew. Okay, what's happening anymore? Jesse Bell Hill, let the circus begin. I need to see Gaethje fight first, says Thomas Anthony. So Thomas Anthony says, I need to see him fight first to really come to a conclusion. But check him out. If you didn't see Justin Gaethje fight, get the popcorn ready because the guy's been some great fights. A lot of fun to watch. He actually beat Nick Newell. He beat Nick Newell, the one-armed bandit. You are live on the MMA-Holes. What's your name and where are you from? All right, just that was like that one sounded like the alien from Aliens. It sounded like it was coming from its cocoon. If you have any more calls, jump in right over here, 516-522-0267. It's been a circus, but I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy cringe. So I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little part of me that's laughing inside by the stupidity, but it is what it is. If you guys have a real call and would like to call, let me know in the chat. Let me know anywhere because we're doing this live here on the MMA-Holes, and it is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Next guest is Cris Weidman. Cris Weidman is another friend of the MMA Hour. He was on the MMA-Holes. We did the Gotham cover shoot for him. So Cris Weidman, everything is on the line. For Cris Weidman, everything is on the line. What will happen? Cris Weidman versus Kelvin Gastelum. You are live on the MMA-Holes. What's your name? Where are you from?
Sean Nasty.
Sean, what's going on, my friend? Welcome to the show. What's going on? What's on your mind today?
No, I was just trying to get your thoughts on the DC versus John Jones rematch. Who you got on that fight?
DC, John Jones. Do you have a thought on this fight? Where are you going with this one? Because I've said it a million times. I'll say it once I hang up. But where are you going on this fight?
I got John Jones. I think he's extra motivated, especially what happened to his mom.
Yeah, he did have that mom issue, and it was before his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. So you're thinking John Jones for the win. Do you have a prediction in this fight? What rounds? Finish?
Yeah, I'm taking third round TKO.
Third round TKO. All right, my friend. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Third round TKO. Here is my opinion on this fight. John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is going to be on the MMA Hour today. And here's the deal with this. Daniel Cormier, I feel very confident. Now, listen, I know that John Jones is possibly pound for pound the best fighter in the UFC. Ever. The guy is ridiculously good. Technically has never lost. Okay? John Jones is fantastic. Take nothing away from John Jones. I am a Daniel Cormier fan. I feel in this situation, especially if they would have fought the last time, when John Jones fought OSP, if DC was able to stay healthy and fight that fight, I feel like DC would have destroyed him. I really do. John Jones does have a chip on his shoulder, but I do feel that DC is just, he's there right now. I know he's a lot older. DC is a different type of fighter. He's not your everyday fighter. He's not impeccable. He's not an Adonis, but the guy is very well-rounded. His striking has gotten a lot better. But I think DC will do what he didn't do the last time and grind the shit out of John Jones. Make it ugly. Try to drag his ass down to the floor and be relentless. That's what he missed out on. The last time he stayed inside, he was trading with John Jones. You don't do that, especially with John Jones' dirty boxing and his knees and his short elbows and all this. None of that. Daniel Cormier has to fucking keep resiliently trying to make it an ugly fight, drag John Jones to the floor, and do what Daniel Cormier does best. I do feel this is going to go 5 rounds, but I feel DC will be the victor in this one. Daniel Cormier for the win. Let me know in the chat what you guys have. It's a risky call to go DC because John Jones is John fucking Jones. He's that good. John Jones is ridiculously good. I just think the way the stars line up in this one, I do feel DC is going to be the victorious one. Let me know in the chat who you guys have. And we have one more guest on the MMA Hour, and this guest is Cris Cyborg. Cris Cyborg is the last guest on the MMA Hour, so that's going to be good. Cris Cyborg is going to be good. I enjoy Cris Cyborg interviews. She actually is really nice. Like, she seems really cool in interviews and stuff like that. I'd love to get her on the show as much as we joke around about her. But I am interested about that guest. I look at this whole list over here. It's up, down, up, down. I want to see the Alistair Overeem one. I have a little interest. Felice Herrig, just because of that one situation. The Invicta president, I'll watch it. I'm not like crazy about it, but I'll watch it. Maybe we'll take a piss during that one. Daniel Cormier, I love DC, so I'll love watching that. Miesha Tate, I couldn't give two fucks about. Michael Bisping, listen, I like you, but I'm not in. Chris Weidman's going to be a little interesting just because of the fact of the Kelvin Gastelum thing. This is do or die for CW, man. I don't think he's going to retire if he loses this fight, but he's got too much in his heart to do that. But it's a very, very, very big fight, especially in Nassau Coliseum. Huge fight. And Cris Cyborg is ending up the list of guests on the MMA Hour pre-show. If you are not subscribed, subscribe right now. Jump in on this circus because it is a circus. It is wonderful, wonderful. Let's see what we got in the chat. I wanted to give Jessie a coat hanger necklace, but she's not a fan of chocolate abortions. Oh, God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Raymond Knight says the version of OSP was probably the best. There was so don't measure it against John Jones. Listen, John Jones was in his weird zone then, so I'm not going to say we're going to see that John Jones again. I think we're going to see a better John Jones in this fight, but I do see DC. Sean says DC by decision. John Limpbone Jones says Darth Bane. Jesse says, Jay, I'm not a fan of chocolate. Account abortions. Vandalay Silva in a dress and heels, says Jay Smooth.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I love to fuck Cris Cyborg, says Raymond Knight. The government is deleting George. Filthy George, go to Baltimore for shortcakes. Love Jesus. A lot of love in the chat. Cyborg is a beast. No one will beat her, says Sean, and I agree, man. Cyborg is a mythical creature. Cyborg is in a league of her own, so... Or with George, all your dreams come true, says Jesus Christ. Angela Magana would destroy Cyborg with cyberbullying, says Darth Bane.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Angela Magana, has she vanished into the sunset? It looks like she's a dunzo. Let's see what else we got over here. We got a lot of fucking swole members. You guys killed it as usual in the chat. You guys always do a good job in this cringe chat over here on the MMA Hour. Now, MMA-Holes. The MMA Hour show is down in the description. Go check it out. You could jump on over there. You won't see a live chat because Ariel Helwani's afraid, but there is a link over there. You could jump right in over there, and I'll send you over to the MMA Hour. No hate over here. No hate from the MMA-Holes. Jump right over to the MMA Hour. Watch the interviews. Have a great time. What I'm thinking of doing eventually is having a live chat during the MMA Hour. Just have something going so you guys have a place to chat. In time that will happen. But once again, we killed it. Thank you, callers, for calling in the screamer. I don't know what the hell that was about, but I hope you're alive. And it is what it is. Here's the deal this week, guys. All right, here's the plan. Wednesday is our weekly show. We're going to do the tough recap. The tough recap is on Wednesday, so we're going to be going on at 11 p.m. Eastern time after the tough finale, finale. I don't know, the last tough show will go on. And I'll go live then. We'll do our weekly show. We're going to discuss everything. Tough 25 finale, UFC 213, UFC 214, Maymac, everything. We're just going to go over everything on Wednesday night. We're going to keep the phone lines going. We're going to get your final predictions on that. Thursday night, I have a special person that I have lined up for Thursday night, a UFC fighter, and definitely in the news, very big in the news right now. So looks very good. We were going back and forth with emails. This person says they are in. So I'm pumped. I am super duper pumped. I don't know if I'm going to open up the phone lines today. I really want to open up the phone lines, but maybe I'll do a little bit of phone lines for that. But definitely want to tune in on Thursday night because I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of laughs over there and learn a lot about a UFC fighter, a professional fighter. On Friday, we're doing our Fight Buddies. That's right, Fight Buddies for UFC Tough 25 finale. It is going down. Gaethje versus Johnson. We're going to do our predictions. We're going to have a great show. We're going to get drunk as usual. UFC 213 is Saturday. There is a lot of MMA-Holes in your life. A lot of love that we are going your way. Now I have to watch Ariel Helwani too because I'm a fan too. I am a fan. This is going to be the greatest show on YouTube. This is the greatest show on YouTube, the MMA-Holes. If you're not subscribed, do it right now. Share these videos. Share them across the world. If you're having a good time right now, drop the ones in the live chat. When this chat shuts down, this is what I want you guys to do. If you're watching the Ariel Helwani, the MMA Hour, come back into our comment section and let's talk. I'll be hanging out in there as well. We could talk. If you see an interview, if you like something, if you don't like something, drop it in my comments because the comments will be open and we can still have a discussion after this show goes down. Thank you. Thank you very much. One more time into the live chat. Last words, let it out right now on the MMA-Holes Monday show. Okay, Evil Jesse, thumbs down, MMA Hour. I did thumbs it down, and I don't like to do that, but I did because they have to open the live chat. Jesse, coming to Google Hangout sometimes, says Jesus Christ. Filthy George says Jesse B. Hill. The website forum shit they made, it's on Chris's Twitter. That's right, I do have a website, by the way, in the description. Check it out. I'll show you guys. In our description, there's a lot of ways to find us over here. You can see my equipment over here if you want to check out what I'm using. I even have the links to it. You could go over there and have a great old time. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at the MMA-Holes. We have a website as well. We also have a forum. Let me show you how the website works since we're here. The website is a circus, by the way. It's in works. But here is the MMA-Holes website. It's the badass website. It's nice and slow. You could check it out. YouTube. And look at this fucking Swole 6 situation. Boom, there's our YouTube link over here. We have our t-shirt store. A lot of shit going down. Me and Ariel Helwani. Look at that. Best friends. A lot of stuff. Me flying in as a goat. Very, very swole website. But the most important part of this website is right over here. Here's our forums, okay? If you don't want to come back in our comment section, you could come to our forum section. And listen, this is just the beginning. But over here, we have a live forum going down where some swole MMA holes can talk some shit to each other. Where the fuck? I'm not logged in. Oh, I guess I got to log in. Here we go. And yeah, Hooters Girls, Craig Lee, you know he's involved. Yeah. Anyway, here's our forums over here where we can keep the conversation going as well. On the MMA Holes website, there's a lot of ways to stay in contact intact with the MMA Holes. Guys, listen, this is a community of MMA fans. Even if you don't like MMA, if you like MMA a little bit or you just like having a little bit of fun, guys, we are a community of people. It's basically built around everyone inside over here. So we want to try to make it as fun as possible. We like to hang out with each other, hanging with the boys. Whoop.
Hanging with the boys.
And have a great time, guys. So that's it. We have a lot of ways. At the MMA Hole social media. Boom. Websites, everything. It is wonderful, wonderful. Remember, after the show shuts down, the comment section opens up. If you want to talk more about MMA, Ariel Helwani's show, jump into the comments, do what you got to do, and say hello. Speak your mind. We speak your name. And always remember, don't be an a-hole. Steven Sedilho, wait, hold on, says Twin Peaks. Used to be my favorite show ever, Twin Peaks. It was a fucking weird show. I only watched 2 episodes of the new one, but maybe I'll jump in and watch. Should I watch the new one? I don't know, Steven. Let me know. I'll have an eye on you. Yeah, anyway. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.